I made a compound butter out of Big Mac, a Whopper and a Zinger to see if it's any good.
Big thanks to Kamada Joe for sponsoring this episode.
Ever heard of the Big Mac steak experiment? Well, ever since Guga did this experiment where he took a Big Mac and mixed it up with the flavors of a steak, it stayed in my mind. It kept on nagging me.
De grass too?
And after all these years, I'm finally giving into it. You and me. We're going to do the Big Mac steak experiment. So of course I picked up a steak. Not a crazy expensive steak, but a steak that is perfect for this experiment. And I also picked up, of course, a Big Mac. But since we're doing this experiment, I thought I might as well go to the Burger King and pick up a Whopper. And well, you guessed it, the KFC was next to the Burger King, so there it is, a Zinger as well. And these are going to be the three topics that we're going to do this experiment with. Now, if you don't know what this experiment is just yet, then hold on, I will show you right now. This is the entrecôte, otherwise known as the New York strip. It's from a local raised cow, which was grass-fed in the local pastures. I'm going to cut these up into individual New York strip steaks of about 1 inch thick. Then I'm going to drop them in a vacuum bag, seal them up. Then I'm going to put them in a sous vide bath, which is running at a temperature of 52 degrees Celsius, and that is around 125 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to let them sit there for 2 hours. And while we wait for our steaks, we're going to make the Big Mac compound butter. And this is one of those moments where you need to stop thinking, especially about the why, and just do it. And that's kind of the thing where I held off for so long thinking this was a stupid idea. But when it just keeps popping back into your head, then maybe I should have scratched that itch a long time ago.
Everything that it was in the burger, boom!
So I'm going to take 2 sticks of butter, 1 European size pack of butter, and then take that pathetic looking Big Mac. Well, actually this one is not too bad. And just to make sure this works out, I'm just going to shred it up. 4 pieces. Put it in. It's kind of weird when you're not eating it. And it just goes into the blender.
And you're gonna blitz it up.
There we go. This just looks like the weirdest thing ever. It's kind of like one of those tuna salad things. It looks really, really creamy. And it smells like Big Mac. I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons, some boiling water, the Big Mac butter, and then scoop it out. And there you have it. The Big Mac compound butter. I'm gonna set this aside, and I feel kind of like I'm doing something really naughty. This is something I shouldn't be doing. That's what this feels like. I'm gonna do the same thing for the double Whopper from Burger King. I'm gonna unpack this burger, tear it up into pieces, stick it in the kitchen machine, add a lump of butter, blitz it up until it is a proper compound butter. And again, it's rich and creamy and it smells like a burger. Now, of course, I can't forget about the Fire Zinger Stacker. Completely different, of course, because it's fried chicken, not a burger. But that kind of makes it more exciting. So I'm gonna tear it up, add butter, blitz it up, and look at this creamy mass called compound butter. Now that we got a butter ready, we still have to wait for our steaks to be done. So in the meantime, I'm gonna fire up my Kamada Joe Connected Joe. And you might have already noticed that it is a bit cold outside. That's why I set it up, put some charcoal in, fired it up, and ran back inside and controlled it with my app the rest of the cook. That way, when it's freezing cold like it is right now, I get to stay inside, nice and toasty, just like the steaks. After 2 hours, the steaks are cooked. So now it's time to get them out of the bag, pat them dry with a paper towel, and take them outside. How do you like the steaks? Do they look good?
They are all the same for me.
They're all the same to you. They look all the same, but we're going to change them. The first one that we're going to change is this one. I'm going to put a little bit of this on. Of course, I need to introduce this person next to me because he is a fast food expert. Well, he knows more about fast food than I do. But you and me are going to figure out which one of these tastes the best.
Is it butter?
I mixed the burgers, I blended them up in the kitchen machine. Let's take a look on the inside of our reference steak. Look at that. That is one good looking steak. I want you to take 1 bite and just taste the steak.
And juicy. Nice.
Nice.
Really juicy.
All right, this is the Big Mac steak. What a beauty. That is one good looking steak. All right, there you go. One for you, one for me. It actually tastes like a Big Mac.
No. Butter. Butter and salt.
Weird butter with salt.
It's not actually that bad. Now this is the KFC.
This is not the KFC. That is the Whopper. You never had the Whopper? That is really bad if you're a fast food expert. There you go. I don't taste butter and salt. It tastes like...
Butter and salt.
I mean, not even that.
Butter and salt.
KFC. One slice for you, one slice for me. The Fiery Zinger Stacker. There we go. Wow.
I like this one. This is my favorite.
This is better. Better than all of them. Well, what is your verdict?
The Whopper doesn't taste like anything. The Big Mac is just weird. And the KFC is actually pretty good.
Actually pretty good. So you're satisfied? Thanks. Thanks for your help, mate. Well, you heard it from the expert. This is the verdict. Am I happy that they did this experiment? Well, I'm kind of happy that I don't have to think about it anymore. And I totally got it out of my system because it kind of don't make sense. Flavor that the burger has completely disappears. It's not worth it. It's definitely not worth the steak. Steak with salt and pepper is way better than any of this. If you want to try this and you want to make a butter, then we'll recommend going for the KFC option. That is the best one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys in the next one. Just gonna stick with my steak. I'm kind of like getting old, maybe. Oh, good steak.